Now, following the 1 November municipal elections, new political leadership will be installed. About 94,000 candidates are contesting these elections, with a record number of close to 1,500 independent candidates. Now, recent reports have attributed poor local government performance to political interference, i.e. lack of separation of politics from the administration and no consequence management, amongst many other things. Now, in the recent voter education community meeting, the United Nations Development Program hosted with the SABC in Diepsloot yesterday, there was a lot of dissatisfaction on how elected representatives perform their duties and the over-politicization of local government. Now, the question, of course, is how do we protect local government professionals and insulate them from political interference? Well, to help us discuss and unpack this issue, we joined now via Zoom by Ongama Mdimka, a lecturer and a scholar in politics and democratization at the Nelson Mandela University. Ongama, thank you so much for your time this afternoon. Now, is the current local government system working for the benefit of local citizens, or do you think there is a need to review it? I'm asking this question because it's been said several times in the run-up to the elections that a new kind of political environment needs to be created for local government to function better and to deliver services to the local citizens.
Good afternoon, Unati, and your viewers. So if you look at Chapter 7 of the South African Constitution and subsection 152, it outlines what the objects of local government are. And when you look at it, actually, you will realize that across the 5 main objects of local government, we are not actually doing well at all. So in A, for example, to provide a democratic and accountable government, it's definitely democratic. We participate in electoral processes in order to form local government every 5 years. And our electoral body runs elections in a free and fair manner. But is it accountable? The Auditor General results are showing that the quality of being accountable in terms of keeping municipal finances in order and reporting on municipal finances accurately is in fact not there at all. Or when it comes to a provision of services to communities in a sustainable manner, indeed you will find that particularly the metros, when it comes to the core services of water and sanitation, electricity, refuse removal, those services are provided relatively well in metros. Since the mid-2000s, the rates at which those services are being accessed by people are quite high. But if you go to municipalities in rural areas, you'll find that they're lacking significantly there. On social and economic development, huge failures. The municipalities have not been able to coordinate development in their areas in ways that ensure sustainable growth. And I think that on this score, across the country, municipalities are failing on safety and health, as well as involvement of communities and community organizations. There's a lot to be desired. So in general, it's not working. The question is it by design or by virtue of malfunction of the system? I think that it's the latter. We have not tested it well enough to get to a point where we say it's the design itself that's the problem.
I mean, with us still testing if it is, in fact, working or not working or doing it well enough, there's now this new thing that we are seeing currently happening, and that is just the number, the sheer volume of independent candidates. And we're told that this record number could provide a shift in local politics. What's your reading into this? I mean, we're talking close to 1,500 independent candidates.
Sure. So our system is designed to be partly constituency-based at a local level and proportional as well. What we are seeing is that the decline of the dominant party system is creating many avenues for a pluralistic political environment at a local government level. We have already seen that, in fact, to the contrary of what the Democratic Alliance is saying in its electoral campaign around the efficacy, the importance of voting for smaller parties, that smaller parties have, in fact, in line with the design of proportional representation, been able to make significant changes in the political system once they get into council. Independent candidates have also proved very efficient in ensuring that residents in a certain ward, move away from the preferred party. We've seen, for example, that it was not uncommon to have a popular leader who was a ward councillor but sidelined by their party, moving to another party and retaining that seat, and moving with that seat to that new political party. How much of this is going to be a dynamic now where the independent candidate actually runs and retains the ward? It's going to be very interesting whether or not that happens. But we should commend this because it actually shows that the pluralism that is inherently designed in proportional representation systems may just work for local government. It's a lot messy because the variables to manage are quite many, but it might just be that for us to get to an accountable local government, that the likelihood of independent candidates or smaller parties to win wards becomes higher in order for those who get to be in power to do what we call regime performance while they're in power, because they would know that if they don't perform, come the next election, they get voted out.
All right, Ongama, thank you so much for that analysis. Really do appreciate it. Ongama Ntimka, the lecturer and scholar in politics at the Nelson Mandela University.